Hey everyone, and welcome to the RC Retro channel. This package just arrived and you probably already know what it is based on the title of my video. So first, over here is my new in-box Terra Conqueror. Now at some point I plan on building this, but there's a long line of other projects that are ahead of it. In the meantime, I came across this Terra Conqueror, which gives me the perfect opportunity to have a runner. Now I'm not sure what this Terra Conqueror's condition is. The only thing I could tell for certain from the pictures was that it was dirty and that one rear tire was suffering from cracking. You know, it's really hard to judge the condition of a car based solely on the pictures. So it's sort of like a gamble anytime you buy a vintage RC, even when buying from someone you know. For example, one time the seller told me the car was in excellent condition, and then when I took it apart to clean, two parts had stress fractures that you couldn't even see until it was apart. So just keep that in mind, that you're probably going to have to source parts for your restoration. Alright, let's get this open and see what condition it's in. So I decided to change views on the camera just so that we can get a little bit more up close to the Terra Conqueror. So first, talking about the outside of the buggy, aesthetically I have to say it's in great condition. The paint job is actually pretty good as well. It's a little dirty, the body I'm talking about. The stickers are not bubbling or peeling up. There's a couple little imperfections in the paint job, but you know, that's not so bad. And most importantly, there are no cracks anywhere on the body or on the wing for that matter. Tires are dirty, and if you remember at the beginning of this video, I said the person selling this took a picture of one of the tires that I thought was cracked. But in this case, like I said, it's always a gamble, and you can never be certain what you're going to get just from pictures. All four tires, for that matter, have cracks in them. So this one is completely cracked. This one has cracks in it. Obviously this one does too, and this one is completely shredded. And it kind of makes me wonder what kind of conditions this buggy was left in, where the tires being exposed to the elements cracked like that. I mean, it's dirty, don't get me wrong, but the tires, I mean, look at these things. They look like they've been ran one time. I mean, there's still a lot of tread left on these tires. And these are the cone spike tires, which are very hard to come by. These share the same tires as the Top Force. And the Top Force re-release does not have the cone spike tires. It has more of like the block spike tires. So these are harder to find. I will try to source a pair or a whole set, because these are what's special. Shared with the Top Force Evolution, the orange Star Dish tires, and besides being dirty, there are no scratches on them, and that's the most important thing right there. So now, want to see something baffling? You know, obviously it's dirty, and I'm sure because, you know, it collected dust over the years, it looks like it's in worse condition than it is. But when I flip this over, there are no scratches underneath. The bumper has not a scratch or a swirl mark on it. The bottoms of both front arms have no scratches. This chassis is in almost mint condition. Same thing with the rear arms. Look at that. Alright, so let's get the shell off and see what's going on underneath. Pins are rusted. This body can definitely be cleaned up. No problem. Okay. So let's just adjust this camera a little bit. And starting off from the front, the shocks, the springs are a little rusted, but I could probably source new ones. I mean, not probably, definitely. The pins that were holding the body in place were rusted, and these screws on the inside are rusted, where my thumb is right here. But it's very dirty in the front. I don't know if that's dirt or just, I don't know what that is, but on top of the arms, I hope that's in focus for you. You could see the amount of dirt on there. It's almost like a greasy dirt. See that on my thumb? But has the CPR unit in here, the P150F, which I'm hoping works because the CPR unit that's in my Dynastorm is basically dead because I smashed my Dynastorm, launched it and went upside down and landed right on the CPR unit because where it's mounted in the Dynastorm. So, you know, I'll put the link to that video below where you can see my Dynastorm at the skate park. Didn't last too long because I took my eyes off it, and when you do something like that, you take your eyes off of it, it takes a split second, and it went airborne. So, but just very dusty and dirty in here, and hopefully give it a quick clean and get this running. Now the diff seems nice and smooth. Front also. Rear again. Put it down on the table. So I don't think there's going to be any issues there. We have a Dynatech motor, which was unique for this car because this was the first car that was offered with a hop-up motor in it. Dynatech 01, and just seems to be a little dusty. Let's see if I can get right there. Let's see. That'll probably clean up nicely. So this is one of those buggies you see online and you just really can't tell what condition it's going to be in. You know, and again, it's all dependent on, the person you're buying it from. You know, unfortunately, I was buying from a website where the description was in another language and the communication factor was not there, so it was basically a crapshoot and a gamble. And I gambled thinking there was one split tire, and I got 4. What are you gonna do? Either which way, I think this car will clean up nicely. But first, I want to test it out and run it, because there's no point of me cleaning it all up nice just to run it through the dirt and get it dirty again. So I want to give it a minimal clean, quick once over, obviously test it out, maybe get some tires, new tires for this, because I don't want to take a chance of shredding the tire and then, ruining the rim or the wheel. Just so you know, these are not glued down, so that's good. They'll come off nice and easily, and I can get another set on there. But yeah, all right, very happy with this. All right, well, just wanted to share with you what condition this was in, unbox it, talk a little bit about the car, and if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have subscribed already, I appreciate your support. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, to get future updates. Hit the bell. Hey, you liked my video? Then give it a thumbs up. And if you're into RC, please consider subscribing to my channel to check out some of my other vintage RC content.